Welcome to the big show. My name is Mickey, and this is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for Middle Americans, where all Middle Americans are welcome. It doesn't matter where you've been, doesn't matter where you're going, it just matters that you're here right now. So we can hug you because we're in the middle. We're trying to find solutions to Middle America's situations as we find. And man, do we have a lot of situations going on right now. So I'd like to say welcome to everybody. Glad that you're here. Let's play a little bit of the Mickey in the Middle Olympics really quick. Don Ledger, finally, a dude coming at the top of the Mickey in the Middle Olympics and coming in first place with a gold medal is Don Ledger out there in Arizona. Congratulations. Carolyn Greggs Ledger coming in a nice silver medal. And then Don Schwing, bringing it in with a nice bronze medal. Just want to say hi, everybody. So Don Ledger just said it's 96 degree in Green Valley, which is absolutely awesome. That is great. Just want to let you know, Nicole is getting in and out of here. So we're going to try to bring her on. Hello, Nicole. How are things in Mississippi?
Well, right now they're rainy, but yesterday was beautiful. Sorry I missed. We went hiking up the Natchez Trace, and so I wasn't able to stay awake late last night. So I'm getting a little aged.
Yeah, you morning people that are always going to bed early and trying to get up at the crack of dawn. It's way too damn early. So anyway, I'm glad you got a hike in yesterday. I hope you're hanging in there. So hold on, let me show you this. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Nicole. It is, it's one of those things, Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, where in our country, we celebrate the Cinco de Mayo more than the people of Mexico. Did you know that?
I believe so. Yeah, I cut back out, so I muted myself. I'm sorry. We might have technical difficulties, Jake.
Oh, well, that's okay. Well, if you go away or if something happens, we'll go ahead and take care of that. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to read you something about Cinco de Mayo. I want to read everybody this because Cinco de Mayo in the United States of America is one of those big days, right? So we go right from May the 4th be with you, the 4th of May, right into Cinco de Mayo. So that's back-to-back celebrations that we have here. And who doesn't love partying like that? And then Schwing goes, I thought it was the 2nd of May. I don't know whether this tells how lost Schwing is or whether he just thinks that the 2nd is the 5th and the 5th is the 2nd. So I just think that. So anyway, we're glad Don's here. So here's what it says about Cinco de Mayo. And so I've known this, but until I just looked this up on the Wikipedia, here's what it says. Pronounced Cinco de Mayo. For the 5th of May, is a yearly celebration held on 5 May, which commemorates the anniversary of Mexico's victory over the Second French Empire at the Battle of Puebla, led by General Zaragoza. The victory of a smaller, poorly equipped Mexican force against the larger and better armed French army was a morale boost for the Mexicans. Zaragoza died months after the battle from an illness, and larger French force ultimately defeated the Mexican army at the Second Battle of Puebla and occupied Mexico City. So, although they won, they lost in the end. But eventually the French were kicked out of Mexico, which brings us to why do we celebrate it here? Because America wanted to celebrate the Mexican culture in the United States of America. And who do you think propped up the celebration of Cinco de Mayo, Nicole? Who do you think it was?
Well,
you are correct. The people that like to party, like the beer, wine, and tequila companies.
Exactly. Look, you can't get past it. People probably started drinking tequila at like 9 o'clock this morning. It's like Cinco de Mayo. Let's do this. They don't even know the history. This.
Yeah. And when it is not on a Thursday, is today Thursday? I think today's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, today's Thursday. When it's not on a Thursday, Cinco de Mayo, like on Friday, Saturday, that's absolutely
all weekend.
One of the biggest parties.
All weekend.
And here's the thing is, I love the fact that we can have St. Patrick's Day. I love the fact that we have Cinco de Mayo. I wish we had more national recognition of national holidays throughout the world. Just to let everybody know that Ramadan just got over. It just happened over in parts of the Muslim world. For those of you who don't know it, I got friends of mine that are over in the Muslim part of the world. They just got finished celebrating some of their biggest religious holidays. So that's great. I wish we would do more of that here. So let's start off the show with happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. I love that little sound maker. It is awesome. So what else? What else happened today? So today's news is about what's going on in our country, Nicole. And I want to start off with something that is absolutely crazy. Let me. of course, I don't have it set up here. Where is it? There you go. This is the article that I was looking for right here, which is about abortion right activist doxing Supreme Court of the United States justices and offer to pay protester. Okay, so what happened is an organization called Ruth Sent Us. They are pretty upset about the Supreme Court decision in the United States of America. And then they said that we are going to dox the justices that were supporting the majority opinion, which are the conservative justices on the court. Nicole, tell me about doxing. What is up with doxing?
It's infringement on personal rights and protection of safety.
You gotta stop acting like I'm a teacher and you're supposed to come up with that.
Well, okay, here's my problem with it. It keeps happening over and over and over again. And on the losing end is the people trying to defend themselves, right?
Yes.
I'm not saying that people aren't allowed to be upset with whatever way the ruling goes, right? But if you let my address out to all the crazies out there.
The crazies, man. That's the thing.
They're not all crazy, right? Some of them are peaceful. But if you let my address out,
some of them are people.
Like, I'm just saying.
No, I know. That's so funny.
If you let my address out, you're infringing on my safety at that point.
I believe that that's true.
If I do something to defend myself, who is going to look like the bad guy? And unfortunately, in media in the past, it's always the person defending themselves because it's peaceful protests.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and when people come up and they get on your property, and you don't know whether they're willing to do you harm or not because they're showing up because they're already mad. I mean, look at some of the people crying, screaming, hollering. Now, I have to admit, this is a very divisive topic that a lot of people believe that this is going to end abortion in the United States because that's what propagandists and political hacks have been saying. And the problem with that is it's not true. Now, what is true is that like 18 states are going to have some type of an automatic kick. Huh?
A shift.
Yeah, it is. They've got triggering rules that if Roe v. Wade gets kicked out of the federal system, and they say that it is not constitutional, we're going to turn this back over to the states. There's like 18 states that have got these laws that are going to be enforced, and the law is going to be more restrictive in a lot of places. But I still believe that should be voted on by each one of the states and each one of the populations, because here's what the deal is. We are different in Arkansas than you are in Mississippi.
Right. Well, and different than we were when those laws were passed.
Oh, exactly. We know a whole lot more. We know a whole lot more about, it's what you said the other night about when a sperm and an egg get together, form a zygote, and they bury themselves in the uterine wall. You consider that life, and you consider that a human.
I do.
All 4 cells, all 5 cells, all 10 cells. Look at how many cells I have, Nicole. Do you know that I lose I lose more cells in a day. Don't even ask me how I lose the brain cells, but I lose them. But I lose skin cells, I lose brain cells, I lose all kinds of stuff every single day. And I'm still a person. And because I'm a person. So, and we discussed this the other day about 80% of the time that a sperm and an egg get together, form a zygote, get buried in a uterine wall, 4 out of 5 times, that's going to result in a human being popping out of a vagina.
Correct.
That is true.
That's that viability.
It's viability, exactly, right? So, but tonight's show is not about the viability
it is not.
of Betis, right? It's about doxing and what kind of bullshit that is, that they would go out and propagate this and then say, we're going to do a protest in front of these folks' houses on the, well, I'm not even going to give the date. So I'm not going to show the map and I'm not going to tell you the date because I don't want to be one of those encouragers that is going to have somebody go from wherever they would like to go in the United States of America or abroad. Yeah. So they just gave all the Supreme Court justices addresses to Russia,
right,
and to China,
right,
and to North Korea. Those son of a bitches are so stupid. It really pisses me off that they're helping the enemy of truth and justice, especially considering that these are people that were nominated by a president and confirmed by the Senate to go sit at lifetime appointments and be very thoughtful about what is constitutional, what is in their lane, what is not in their lane, and to keep a rein on Congress and the President of the United States.
Yes, I agree. Oh, no, like I'm so frustrated with it because it's just senseless. Like you said, propaganda. It's always about what's going to further what we believe. And if we have to release personal information for somebody, it's kind of like HIPAA. I'm not allowed to disclose personal health information if I work in the field, right? So why in the world is it any different to protect our civil servants?
Okay, I had not heard it quite put like that, but that is perfect. It's like a mayor, a police chief, fire department personnel, your doctors, your nurses, everybody that, yes. And I agree with that. And here's what the deal is. If somebody is trying to cause you uncomfortableness, it's not against the law. And that's what the protesters are saying. Well, it's not against the law to share their address, and it's not against the law to protest. But here's what the deal is. This is those very public figures' home. Keep it at the office. You want to go and protest in front of the Supreme Court of the United States of America? Do that. You want to protest by Congress? You can do that. They have out on the Washington Mall out in Washington, they can hold 500,000 people out there to do all of the protesting that they want. They can hold signs. They can get on radio. They can start a show. They can do podcasts. They can get on the radio, the television, newspapers, articles. They can get advertising billboards. I'm not saying that your voice can't be heard everywhere. What I'm saying is that people should have more class than that. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Nicole just sent me something.
Okay, so earlier we were talking about, protection, and that's the couple in St. Louis that they were going to protest the mayor. They lived in the same neighborhood, right? So the protesters peacefully coming down the road were infringing on their gate or so. I don't remember the specifics, right? So these people, Americans, standing on their porch, pulled out their legally owned weapons and said, "I dare you." And so,
come on.
Right? They said, "Bring it on." But they pled guilty to lesser charges in the event of defending their home. that wasn't even wasn't associated with them. So again, it's not just about the civil servants, it's about everyone's safety and protection. And so I just think it's ludicrous. Sorry.
It is absolutely ludicrous. This goal that you're talking about right here, St. Louis couple who pointed guns at protesters pled guilty and given up arms. These are the people that are right back here. You can tell that they are armed because people were going to the mayor's office, and then these protesters are out in the front of their arm, and they've got masks on. Who knows what they have in backpacks? They're like, hey, man. And it was a gated community that said no trespassing. Right. And they didn't go after these stupid protesters. They went after this couple right here that was defending themselves. And that,
exactly,
and then later, those people were doxxed. And more people went to their house. And that's the crazy thing about it is they were trying to defend themselves, and then anti-Second Amendment people went over to their house. And it's absolutely crazy, and it's bullshit, and we shouldn't have to put up with that kind of stuff. So that was Mark and Patricia McCloskey. And they voluntarily gave up their guns, the guns that were used in those incidents. They pled guilty to minor charges where he could still retain his gun rights. And then he went out and he bought more guns.
Bought a whole new arsenal.
Bought a whole new arsenal.
He upgraded his stuff.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Just in case anybody else came back. All right. So second topic of the day, doxing. If you're doxing anybody, you're a dick. All right. Agreed. So second one of the day. Guess what happened on the stock market today?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Stock market came crashing down. Is that crazy?
All right. So about a month and a half ago, I sold a little bit of my stock. And just to tell you, one of the stocks is dropped $13 a share in a month and a half.
Holy smokes. Yes. So the market has contracted like 25%. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Well, today the Dow Jones dropped more than 1,000 points, and the NASDAQ dropped 500, almost 500. I don't have the figures in front of me, but here's what I know. If this isn't an indication about the economic environment in the United States, I don't even know what is, because it is absolutely crazy. Are you feeling the pinch? Are you feeling the pinch where you live as far as inflation is concerned, and about groceries and gas and all that other stuff?
Everything is so much more expensive. It's ridiculous. And people are like, why is this so expensive? Because everything is in shambles.
I know. So I'm bringing up an article that I found earlier today. Where is it? Why is the stock market down? All right. So this is the article that I found earlier. Let me make it bigger so everybody can see. So it says, oh, here it is. Come on, man. Close. It says market sell-off extends to day two. Sunset tumbles 617 points. Nifty drops below 710. And this means, so this is about foreign markets. So it is not just here in the United States. This is all over. So this is from New Delhi. Domestic benchmark indices settled sharply lower on Monday as the sell-off in global markets continued to the new trading week. Fears of a wider lockdown in Beijing and Indonesia ban on palm oil exports spooked investors already fretting about faster Federal Reserve tightening. Because what precluded this? What precluded this was the Fed, who is my enemy. The Fed is my enemy, Nicole. They raised interest rates by 0.5% yesterday. And what that does is that means that all of the money that people borrow to start businesses, to buy cars, to buy houses, to buy larger items, that rate just went up. again. So I'm going to give you really, really quick figures. I'm going to give you some really, really quick figures that I saw today because I thought that this was terrible. The stock market, this is what I wrote in my notes. The stock market got crushed today. Bitcoin was down about 10% also. The Fed raised rates by 0.5%. That means at the beginning of the year, mortgage rate, or a year ago, mortgage rates were at 2.98%. Now they're at 5.27%.
Shit.
The average price of a home in the United States is $405,000. Did you know it was that much money?
Hell no.
Hell no. You want to know why? Because we live where the smart people live, down here in Louisiana, Mississippi,
I've never
Alabama,
been more
Arkansas.
excited that I bought this trailer last year in my life.
That's what I'm talking about right there. And it's nice. I'm telling you, I love your house.
You.
So the average home price is $405,000. Last year, the monthly payment was $1,695. Now it is $2,126. A difference in getting a 30-year mortgage a year ago. The difference in getting it now is an additional $431 a month for 30 years, which equates to $155,000 more that you're paying over the life of the loan.
Who can freaking afford that increase?
I don't know. That was absolutely crazy. Don Ledger says pre-market is all the way down. Don Ledger says Snap down 3.5. NASDAQ is down 5%. Don said, and then this comes from Carolyn. Yes, groceries are higher here in Washington. The sales coupons bring the grocery prices back down to what we're used to. See, everybody's going to be couponing.
Your tips. I need your tips, Carolyn. I'm all in.
Yeah, throw your tips for couponing and all that stuff down there in the comments, because the simple fact of the matter is I don't know where this is going, but it can't go anywhere good.
Well, we'll pray that it does.
Praying is always a good option. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead. Praying is a good option. So, and here's where I am with that. Everything's getting more expensive. The price of borrowing is going up. There's a contraction in the size of the economy. So I always show this, which is where this all started, Nicole. This right here is the United States debt clock. We owe $30,430,177,000,000 to people. You want to know who holds a lot of that debt? That would be the Fed. So the Fed
spends, but doesn't have anything to back it up. So how can anything have value?
Because they print money. That's exactly. Congress comes up with this shit.
That doesn't give anything value.
Exactly. Congress comes up with stuff. They spend the money. The Fed says, hey, we're going to issue bonds. Nobody, or the Treasury issues bonds. Nobody buys them. And then the Fed
Shouldn't they be good accountants?
Here's the thing. They're pissing me off because they're messing with my money. They're messing with my money. They're making my dollar less valuable today than it was yesterday.
Right. Exactly.
I can't buy as much bacon. And when people say, hey, are you bringing the bacon home? The answer is no, I can't afford bacon. Right. I got to get sausage links now. And who likes sausage links?
You're getting spam. Quit playing.
Yeah, I know. Who doesn't love the spam? Oh, so I didn't tell you. So I used to absolutely love spam, and I went to the grocery store and I was like, well, instead of getting stuff I normally get, I'll go ahead and get a can of spam. So I got a can of spam and I cut it up the way I used to. And I got the stove out and got a frying pan out, and I threw a little butter in that, and I got it all sauteed up, and I heated up. I threw the spam on there, and I then made a sandwich. Nicole,
you hated it, didn't you?
Ow! I can't remember having spam that was so bad in my entire life, and all I could think was, am I doing this, or my mama just make it so much better than me?
You know, Graham made everything better.
Graham does make everything better. That is absolutely the truth. And here's the thing about this. And this number, I'm going to show you this number once. This number keeps getting bigger because that's the interest that we owe on that. The interest keeps building up. The interest keeps building up, making us all poorer because we're going to have to eventually
just like
pay
credit
that
cards.
Back. It's just like credit cards.
People making the minimum balance payment, it's never going to get paid off that way.
Exactly.
Especially if we keep giving away free money like student loan debt. It's another $1 trillion.
I know. They're stupid people, man. And then they do stuff like cut off pipelines and stop people from drilling. They want everything more expensive. If they can drive the price of oil so high.
It's a thumb hold.
It is a thumb hold. That's right. That is exactly it. So those were the big things that were going on today, which is Supreme Court justices getting doxxed.
Oh, shit, it's almost time.
I know. How about that?
We've been rocking and rolling.
We have been going rocking and rolling. Yeah, it's been a good time. I know. So I was going to get into my next thing, but I guess we're going to get into this is a teaser for tomorrow night, Nicole. In addition to what I just said about the economy, the central bank outlined a program in which it will eventually reduce its bond holdings by $95 billion a month. So here's what that means. That means that there's nowhere to run with your money. If you're in the stock market and want to go into the bond market, that is a shit show. So stocks are going down. Bond markets are going down. If you want to get into futures and you want to get into things like oats and barleys and gas and commodities and stuff like that, with the problem in Ukraine, with the problem with fertilizers, with the problem in the supply chains, commodity prices are also going up. So there's no place to put your money where you can't outrun inflation. So if inflation's at 8% and you're used to making 4 or 5% in your 501, your 401, 501, whatever the K is, or your IRA or whatever, you're getting absolutely smoked in this environment and this economy. I don't even know what I'm going to do, Nicole. And I'm usually pretty smart about figuring stuff like this out, but I have no idea.
That was going to be my next question. I've always been told invest and don't look because it's going to fluctuate. So again,
can I tell you what I'm going to do? This is not
financial advice. It's a scary time.
Can I tell you what I'm going to do?
Absolutely. I would love to hear.
So I'm going to pull my money out of the stock market because here's the reason why. I would rather not lose anything than lose.
You're going to have to pay taxes on that, so you will lose.
No. I'm going to leave it in the fund, but I'm going to not put it in a. I'm not going to put it in a
aggressive.
So, no, I'm going to go. So, my fund has something called I can't remember what it is, but anyway, it's basically where I put all of the money. And it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. The number never changes. And it's a federal program.
A G fund, Don Ledger said. A G fund?
So the G fund, so Don would probably know better than me. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. We'll find out. Carolyn says salty. Windmark Republic. Oh, Windmark Republic. Okay, I'm gonna look those up right there. Matter of fact, I'm going to take a picture of that right now. I'm going to take a picture of the comment section just so I can have that advice. And then look.
Thank y'all for interacting. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I greatly appreciate it. So we cannot tell you how much we appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much for contributing to the conversation. We really appreciate it. Remember to like, share, hit the notification bell. Remember that we love you and we appreciate the input. Please tell everybody about the show. Remember, Mickey in the Middle, Monday through Friday, with Nickey in the Middle, Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here wherever we are, right there wherever you are. Remember, embrace your middleness. We need you out there. And without further ado, good night, small one. I love you. See ya.